And a good Wednesday morning to you. This weather video is driven by 802cars.com. They represent 802 Toyota, Twin City Subaru, and 802 Honda. They're all located off of Exit 7 on Interstate 89. Looking at snow depth and snow cover across North America, which is actually above normal and near record setting at this point on this particular mid part of November 2019. And you can see why. There's basically snow cover all except for the western mountains, really, into the plains, northern Rockies, and now a contributed considerable amount across all of Canada into Canadian Maritimes and then down into the Tennessee and Ohio River valleys. That's a considerable amount of snow for this time of year, and that is running above normal. Just a quick look from some of the other comparisons of the year. This is for North America, and you can see the red line here, and we are currently right here and sitting basically above normal going back to 2005-2006. So here's what's going on. We're going to look at precipitation and clouds. You can see that a large area of the North American continent also is not seeing any precipitation. This is actually from yesterday. And temperature anomalies have caught up now. And this is our much out of season, colder than normal air mass that is setting records all the way from southern plains all the way back into the northeast United States. Look at how warm it is here up in the Arctic. This is a big blocking area, and it's forcing the jet stream to come down basically from the North Pole, or sort of the west of the North Pole, between there and Alaska. And then that particular area of the Arctic Basin is flowing a lot of the very, very anomalous cold air. Of course, it's in our region now. And once again, you can see the setup here with the 500 hectopascal thicknesses, and you can see a little bit of a shortwave trough that's developed an area of low pressure, a little convergence, producing some snow and also some rain and mixed precipitation back here. You can see these are basically wind chill temperatures. And looking at ambient air temperatures, it looks like this, still running at 8 below north of the Great Lakes, and mighty cold air across a good section of Canada, also with a snow cover really is like it greases the skids for any incoming air masses that then drive south and east toward us in New England. Looking at the European model, this is snow falling here with rain along a frontal boundary. This is an area of higher pressure. And this is the European model that is has come out overnight, 0Z. Over here is about 12 hours earlier, and we can compare notes as we get later in the cycle. So, looking at the 3-hourly increments, this is how it's shaping up. High pressure builds in today, and so the rest of today should be pretty nice once we lose a little bit of this sort of diamond dust flurry action that is associated with the anomalously cold temperatures we're experiencing, and a lot of moisture coming in out of the lakes, and that's being the water temperatures across the region are a whole lot warmer as compared to the air mass above it, so you feed that moisture just a little bit. So that area of higher pressure at 1033 hectopascals then works on out of here. And so by Thursday, we're back into a little bit of flurry activity. And then we get into Friday. Here comes a cold front. You can see the thicknesses showing where the cold air is. It's up here. And you can see that is fairly compact. So warm ahead of it, cold behind it. Here it comes. This is going to be on Friday afternoon, Friday evening. That moves on out. High pressure builds in for this coming weekend. And 1039 hectopascal area of higher pressure. Also assimilated 12 hours ago. Very, very good agreement with the European model from model run to run. And then this continues to kind of work its way over the Canadian Maritimes, but sort of at guard. And note here that this is all rain. This is a wet kind of nor'easter that's kind of lollygagging south of this blocking area of higher pressure. Eventually, though, it relents, and this is going to be moving up in our neck of the woods. And the worry is that we could see a little bit of this on Monday. Now, to compare notes, let's go back to this. You can see just a hint of what could be some freezing rain or some sleet, some mixed precipitation working its way into Massachusetts. 12 hours ago, the 12Z model run of the European yesterday's showed a little bit of freezing rain and some mixed precipitation types. Again, this is valid on Monday morning. So that is the last model you can go for that. But the latest computer modeling is kind of sliding that off to the south and east. So that is way down the road a piece into Monday. Okay, looking at the GFS ensemble, you can see a little flare-up of flurries. This will be on the 14th, tomorrow. And you can see just, every other day here with a pretty good stretch over the weekend. And then we get into this business that is that coastal system, and that's where we could find a little bit of mixed precipitation types. Taking a look at the overall QPF, this is what it's shaping up to be, relatively under 2/10. We're talking just minutia here. So this is an anomalously dry period over the course of the next 5 days or so. Now, look at precipitation type. The GFS is also very well picking up on some of the potential for some rain, mixed precipitation types once we get past into the 18th and toward the 19th. GFS ensemble temperature anomalies, you can see a pretty cold day on hand today and cold again tonight, and then we start to warm things up. Another cold front comes through. This is going to drop the temperature at night again over the weekend, so we see some temperatures again kissing 0 degrees in some spots, and then a gradual climb up for the early part of next week. You can see how dry it is here with the Weather Prediction Center 7-day total QPF. And this is 2,507 inch, so we have less than 2,507 inch during this entire 7-day period as forecast by the Weather Prediction Center. Main storm track is off the coast, another one up in the far northern areas of the Pacific Northwest. Just a dry, almost coast to coast here across a wide area. 5-day maximum temperatures shown here. Over the course of the next 5 days, we have above normal temperatures out west into the Rockies, some of the plains, and colder than normal temperatures, the leftovers of that colder air mass. 3 days later, you'll see a little bit of movement here. Not much, though. We kind of lock in that colder air overall as weighted and balanced, but we will start to see some warming eventually. Looking back at the temperature anomaly for North America, once again, well below normal. Notice how warm it is in many other areas of the world. Northern Hemisphere as a whole running about 0.7 of a degree Celsius above normal. The Arctic is 2.4 degrees above normal. Antarctic's a little bit above normal, and you can see the numbers here. That's it from here. Roger Hill, Wuthering Heights. Thanks for watching.